Hey guys, welcome back. We got another project today. Esme is here with her kitty ears on to help me with this one. So today what we're going to be doing is recreating or kind of making our own version of a Mondrian painting. Do you know that name, Mondrian, Esme?
I've heard it.
You've heard it. Have you seen his paintings before?
No.
No? No?
I don't think so.
We have. We saw a show of his at San Francisco Museum of Modern Art one time. You might not remember, that was a few years ago.
Maybe.
But he does a lot of things with grids, so like black line grids, and then some of those shapes that he makes. Usually squares and rectangles are colored in. Yeah, you remember those? Mm-hmm. Cool. So now that you remember those, what do you think of those paintings?
I think they're cool. They're different than other artists how they paint. Cause he's not really doing pictures of things as much as just like shapes.
Shapes. Yep. So shapes and blocks of color, very flat and minimalist, right? Geometric. Cool. So that's what we're going to focus on today. So to give you guys a better understanding of what that looks like, I put together a few images of Mondrian paintings. So let's take a look at those and then we'll come back and talk about our materials. Okay, so hopefully you have a good understanding of what those paintings look like. Do you remember those now? You remember seeing those? Yeah, those are kind of cool. All right, so what you're gonna need today for this lesson is a sheet of paper, some black tool, it could be a marker, a crayon, a colored pencil, something that will give you some nice black lines, scissors, glue stick, and some magazines. Okay, so hopefully you have some old magazines laying around. Hopefully magazines with some bright colors in them. Okay, so why don't we'll pause here, go grab your supplies, and we'll meet back here and get started. Okay, so we've got magazines, we've got our paper, and we've got our markers. Okay, so we don't have a ruler. So how do you think we could use our magazine to make a straight line?
We could put the marker up against it like that.
Yes, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this hard edge of our magazine for the straight line. So watch. So I'm gonna use this. I'm just gonna break my paper up into some geometric shapes. Squares and rectangles mostly, okay? So some of these lines I'm going to go from one edge of the paper all the way to the other. Some of these other lines I'm going to start at a line I've already drawn and continue it to the edge of my paper, okay? That way it's not just broken up into a perfect grid. Okay, so maybe I'll do one here. Make a smaller one up here. Okay, these are looking very, very Mondrian-esque. Okay, so we don't want to overdo it. We don't want too many shapes on there. Something kind of like this would be great. Okay, how's that? You like that? You want to break any of those up a little smaller?
Yeah, I might do this one.
There you go, perfect. Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our magazines and we're going to go through and we're going to be finding colors. So I'm just going to choose 3 colors because in Mondrian's paintings, most of his paintings used red, yellow, and blue, and sometimes he'd fill in a black one or two. You don't have to pick red, yellow, and blue. I know magazines like this, there's a lot of green in here.
I'm going to do some green.
So green would work. I might do a blue one, so all we're gonna do is we're gonna pick 3 colors and we're gonna go through our magazines and start to cut out examples of those colors, okay? All right. Okay, so we're working on cutting out some examples of our colors, and Esme just asked a couple of good questions. What were your questions? Do you remember?
Can we do any colors we want?
You could do, yeah, you can do any colors you want.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
and is it okay if they have words on
Yeah.
them?
So if you look here, so if I'm doing green and I want to cut out some of this green, there's some words in it. That's okay. I'm still going to go ahead and cut that out, okay? Because what we're going to be doing is using these pieces that we cut out, and we might have to trim them down a little bit more, but we're going to use these pieces, let me show you here, to start to fill in some of our shapes that we drew, okay?
Okay.
So right now I just have some different examples of blues and greens, and I see that you have some purple over there and looks like some red. So I might have, you know, a few different shades of blue, but since they're all blue, I can still put them in the same box on my painting or my collage, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start doing one just so we can show everybody what this is going to look like, okay? So I'm going to start with this nice big square here. So I know this picture that I cut out isn't going to fill that whole thing up, but I'm going to get it started, okay? So since this is a collage, I'm going to line this up as best I can so that I can still see my black lines. Since this is a collage, my papers, my colors are going to overlap anyway, okay? So since these are all kind of in the blue family, I'm going to keep adding until that big shape is all the way filled up, okay? I'm going to add some blue here. A little bit more down here. Okay, so this is what we want to do. Start to fill in that whole shape with one color. So this is going to be one of my blue squares. The way Mondrian paints a whole square blue, that's my blue square. And maybe I'll move up to one of these and start doing green, okay? And if you find that you have some open space, like I see that you have this purple one, you have some open space around it, we want to take that all the way to the edges. So you're going to look for more purple to fill in that section, okay? So, I mean, some people might want to do this where they cut little strips like that and just start layering them up and putting them all together to get their whole shape filled in, okay? So we're going to keep working on cutting out some colors and sticking them on and filling in our boxes. And you guys can catch up with us as you work on it, okay? Okay, how's yours coming over there, Esme?
Good.
Yeah, you almost finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, me too. I got one more little box down here. I'm gonna add this piece too. Awesome. So remember, we want to keep some of those boxes white, right? Because in Mondrian's paintings, he has a lot of white space. He just kind of fills in a box here and there. I even did one black one, just because some of his paintings, he'll do 1 or 2 little black ones. So my colors, I did orange, green, and blue. What were your 3 colors?
Green, red, and purple.
Green, red, and purple. So even though this box for me is blue, I've got a few different shades of blue, a few different types. Same up here, okay? And that's okay. We just want kind of like that concept that space is blue. And I like your purple one, how you have so many different types of purples and you're taking your time and filling in the whole box. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Nice, good job. So what do you think of this project?
I like it.
You like it? Yeah, something easy enough to do with some magazines and some paper and glue. So some of these, you can even tear these out if you're not comfortable using scissors. You can rip these out and find places to fill them in. I know in class we do a lot of torn paper collages. So this is another good option on how to do that and how to make it look like some kind of abstract modern art. Cool, let's hold it up. Let's see what you got. Fantastic, and you can still see your black lines. That's perfect. Amazing. All right, guys, so another project in the books. Mondrian inspired abstract collages, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, all right. Thanks for helping out.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. We'll see you guys next time.